ETH, we start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. First of all, if you refer to what analysis in my last video, since the price was exactly within this move, we mentioned that we can expect to get one more drop. That's why I point on this. That's why I mentioned what we get here. Mostly we can get one more drop, and we expecting to be sharp as what we get here. And this is exactly what we get. We get the price drop is sharp, but not as length. The length is not in term of the length and time. Time we can consider same, but in term of the way they drop, as the length is not same. But as what we expected, as what I explained, we can get one more drop. That's why I mentioned if he wants to look for buy from here, because we mentioned we're looking for buy by having entry as 2330. I mentioned with the breakout of 2350, we have to start to manage it. Anyway, it depends on the traders whether they could get this trade or not, because at the first time the prices couldn't move, the price dropped, and then from there we see the continuation. Okay, anyway, whoever get this trade after they see the price couldn't break 2450, because we mentioned we wants to see the breakout of 2450, and when they see this correction, this is where they should start to take out the trade, or at least book some profit, or at least move their stop loss to break even. Okay, because we mentioned whatever the trade we're looking for is a short-term trade. Now we want to see what's the next. If we move to daily chart, all right, now the only thing is we want to see how we can look at the chart, whether this is the start of the up move or not. Because if we refer to my last, and I mean XRP, I explained that there is a possibility we can put this one as a three wave, and even for this one, since the price retest the previous low, we can expect this one turn to three wave. That means this one turn to a bigger flat. That's why if you want to look at the chart in this way, we need to be quite careful. There is a possibility for the price to drop. But if we look at the chart in this way, how high this one can go, even if we can expect the price to retest 2750. Okay, but right now we are need to be quite careful. May this one turn to flat, but it doesn't mean the price cannot continue. If there is a continuation, then from there, that's mean even we can expect the price to retest the previous low, previous top, which is somewhere around 2920. Okay, but what I'm highlighting about this one, we need to be quite careful, because if we wants to look for continuation, the best thing is if we see the correction. Okay, anyway, it doesn't mean we are not going to look for buy. We take the trade if we get any opportunity, but we need to be quite careful. Maybe this one can turn as a flat in relative to this move. May this one turn to a bigger correction. Okay, now what we want to see what's the next, whether we can look for trade or not. If we move to forward chart, what we see here, the price retested 2450, because since we had this line for a long time, because we wanted to see the breakout of this zone. Okay, but since the price retest, I mean tag 2450 almost broke, but there was no continuation. We need to, if we wants to look for buy, we need to get the correction here, because buying without the deeper correction, it can turn similar to what we get here. We can expect the price to drop. Even we can expect the price to drop, as I explained, based on daily chart. And even simply, we can look at this one as a flat. This is what I explained in my last analysis. And beside that, if we put this top in relative to the previous one, if we refer to the indicators, we see we have a divergence. And as well here. Okay, that's why if we see the breakout of this zone, is good for us if we want to look for trade as a long term. But the best thing is if we get the bigger correction here, it can give us better confirmation for continuation. But right now we don't have any trade setup to look for buy. And even if we move to forward chart, if we refer to the indicators, we see we have a divergence, and even the another one. But mostly we can put these two in relative to each other. Now, whether we should look for buy or sell, still I'm expecting false continuation. And even if we wants to look for buy, as I explained, based on, I mean, for XRP, because they have a similar movement. Right now, the price continue from here. Mostly, we don't have any trade setup to look for buy. And having entry above this can be an option, but it's really risky. That's mean if the price continue from here, the only way, if we get a sharp move with the flag, maybe we take the trade. But for me, if I wants to look for trade from here, I will wait to get one more drop. Then I will put my entry at 2480. The reason is if I get one more drop, then from there I will see whether this is the start of the down move, or we can expect this one turn to a correction for continuation. And as I mentioned, we are more, I mean, still we can expect for continuation. All right. And whether we should look for sell or not, if we wants to look for sell, the only option is to put our entry below this. It depends on the traders whether they want to put the, I mean, look for sell or not. Because if we wants to look for sell, we can put our entry below this with the stop loss above this. And what we want in case the price drop as a sharp move, at least similar to what we get here or here. Rather than that, if the price simply drop and we see that it just tag is not as a corrective move, we are not going to take the trade. I mean, even if we get the trade, we take out the trade. All right. Even we have the still we see the divergence, but still we can look for continuation. All right. And the best things is because mostly whatever we do, we try to look for buy. And if he wants to look for buy, we wait for one more drop. Okay. Why? The first up, the reason I mentioned, if we get one more drop, then from there we want to see how deep it can go. Either we can put our entry above here, or we wait for the reversal as a short move. And this another reason is because, as I mentioned, since the price was within this move, I mentioned we can expect to get one more drop similar to what we get here. And right now, I'm thinking if we want to put this one in relative to this move, as I explained earlier, in terms of the way they drop, in terms of the length, they are not matched. That's why right now we can expect this one turn to internal flat, and even we can, since we have a divergence, mean the next drop can be sharp as what we get here. That's why buying from here, as long as we haven't get the one more drop, is not really good, because even if we put our entry above the top, if the price tag and drop, if the next move is similar to what we have here, it can drop quite a lot, because still we can look for this one as a bigger flat, and this one can turn to internal flat. All right, that's why the best thing is, if we want to look for trade setup, we need to get one more drop. Then from there we want to see how deep this one can go. Anyway, still we expecting for continuation, and the only thing is we need to be quite careful about this flat. This is what I explained in my last analysis. That's why if we get the correction here, it can give us better confirmation for continuation. If not, it can turn similar to what we get here. Maybe we buy here and simply the price start to drop. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. And whoever get the trade within this one, they should move their stop loss somewhere around 2.3K, at least book some profit, because we have been looking for buy from here. Because if you refer to our analysis, the best place we could look for buy was here, and even we had a trade within here, but after that we didn't have really good trade setup. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.